Two's close. Mastering Madden.
So I haven't been able to do a video on here in a while, mainly because I've been doing the Madden Club Championship with my Madden time recently, but I just got eliminated from that. A really close game in the semifinals where I actually had a good lead on the guy. I was up 10-0 and I was driving down the field, and then, I got the strip fumble from behind, and then things kind of took a downward spiral from there. It was really just the things you expect, multiple deep crossers mixed in with the 335 odd crossfire, and in the end it was just too much. I lost by I think 3 points on a 25 seconds left touchdown. So that was kind of disappointing, but that's okay because I get to spend time doing some of these YouTube videos with you guys and really bringing you some of these tips that I've been working on and that I've developed over these past few weeks of really playing this high level competitive Madden. And the first thing that I want to bring to you guys is something that I've been running for a while, and something that I started running at a 4-3 normal, but I was able to carry over to big nickel over G because the defensive alignment is the same, and it is a way to get pass rush. Okay, so stock pass rush in this game is almost non-existent. Okay, that's why at least in the club championships, all but a couple people, including myself, were running the 335 odd, the crossfire. Or some people, the recent sensation was the big nickel over G with the pinch line and the spread out that I think was a K-Mac introduced to get those disengages. But that's been kind of largely figured out with what you want to do in terms of stopping that, and it's really obvious and really easy to stop, although it was good for the first few days or so. But this is something I've been running for a while, and this is something that I'm still running, and I really want to show to you guys how we can get a stock pass rush. And where it's good is things like cover 4 palms and cover 4 quarters, where cover 4 shells you can't really blitz out of because you really need every zone there to do its thing. So you need to be able to generate pressure from your front 4. And mainly we're going to do that with stunts or, kind of like a pseudo stunt, really. So what I do is, playing salary cap, my defensive line was stacked with all the fastest players. Okay, so I had one of the lower level Lawrence Taylor. I had Shaquem Griffin on the other end. My defensive tackles were the Derek Rivers, I think that was his first name, and the Emmanuel Ogba, I also think that's his first name. And so they were just getting after the quarterback. So you come out and cover 4 palms, and we'll just come out in, any shotgun here. Let's actually just come out in bunch, because bunch is still somewhat popular to this day. Okay, Steelers cross. So the one thing that you want to do is just simply slant your line to the side of the 3 technique. Okay, so that's this guy. So I'll generally leave auto flip on my big nickel over G. Okay, so I'll have my nickel towards the strength over here, and I'll have my 3 tech, usually away from the running back because people are usually running trips and it just works out that way. So then you can really just, you can slant out, or you can slant them towards that 3 technique, which is, again, this guy right here. Okay, so what's going to happen there then is a lot of the times, unless this defensive end gets a really good animation, which is great for you, he's going to loop or stunt around that strong side defensive end. So I'll show that right now. So you see how he loops around him, and he gets in there cleanly. Okay, so he doesn't come in cleanly every single time. But I'm going to run this a few times. You'll see what happens. Most of the times, things are going to work out nicely for you. So you see right here, defensive end goes in, and the reason why you can do this is because he's in a 9. If he's in a wide 9, like say a nickel normal or nickel normal, it's not quite somewhere. I feel like it's somewhere between a 9 and a wide 9. 4-3 wide 9, obviously, you can't do it there. 4-3 normal, it is the same defensive alignment, so you can do it there if you'd like. Obviously, it's not as good as I thought it was before, because you can't get speed at the linebacker position. But anyway, that's kind of a different topic. But yeah, he kind of crashes in here, and because this defensive tackle right here is slanted outwards, he ends up doing this pseudo stunt. And, you know, similar to the crossfire where two guys take one guy and leave the other guy free. That's what you have here. Okay, so that's how you, in my opinion, generate the best pressure from big nickel over G, is just doing that slant. Okay, and it allows you to play full coverage here if you want to play cover 4, or if you want to play Tampa 2, or even cover 3 with another hook curl in the middle. It allows you to do that. So we'll show this a few times. And actually, you could also, you know, spy this end. And even if you're really crazy, you could put this guy in coverage. But, you know, then you're open to some other things. So again, he's able to loop around there. Now you see what happened here. So that time he got picked up, but for whatever reason, I would say at least 90% of the time that offensive lineman can't engage with that player. Okay, so then he's going to just they're just kind of rub against each other for, you know, a second or half second, and then that player is going to get free again. So again, okay, so even sometimes when he engages, the other guy kind of bounces around. Okay, and this is, by the way, not ratings based at all. Okay, so you don't have to worry about getting good pass rushes here or anything. For me, it's really just about getting speed. Okay, because once they beat their guy, you want them to close in on the quarterback right away. Okay, so sometimes he'll get tripped up like that, and in that case, it was the defensive end that disengaged. So I'll run this a bunch of times, and you see right here, okay, so this will happen on both sides, is that if he doesn't stunt, it's because this defensive end had this edge rush or the speed rush animation, which again doesn't have anything to do with their quality. Like this is, I don't even know who this guy is. He's not very good. But you see, he's going to win this. If he gets this animation, like if that's determined pre-snap or, you know, just after the snap, he's going to win. Okay, and then it's just a matter of you probably want somebody faster there to get that sack a little bit quicker. So we'll keep running this, and then, you know, you can already see how this is turning out to be something good here. That time we got picked up. Okay, and you see him come through cleanly again like that. Okay, so, you know, you definitely if you're like me and if you don't want to be running a 3-5 odd crossfire like everybody else is, this is a nice little change up. And again, what I like about it better than the other setup here, where you're kind of hovering around here to glitch out the tackles, it's not as obvious. So it doesn't look like you're bringing the heat, but it is a really good pass rush. And then you're not really limited here. Like if you're running quarters, you can play one of the safeties, right? Because if you're a safety, you don't want to be here and trying to do this stuff. Okay, so it's something that's not really expected, and most of the times it's going to work out for you. Okay, so even if he gets kind of picked up, he's going to disengage really quickly, and he's going to come in. So one of the things that really does kind of slow it down a bit is, of course, you know, a sixth blocker here, a blocked running back. And although it's still, your guy still comes through, he beats his man in terms of the offensive line, the running back actually does a really good job of picking up the free guy. Well, you know, not in that case. Sometimes if your guy comes through cleanly like that, and if he's just too quick, there's nothing that the blocked running back can do. In this case, I don't actually know what happened there. So let's just run this a few more times here. We got the blocked running back. We got the slanted line. We get the stunt. He comes around, and that time he actually got picked up. So you see what I mean there? But, you know, that's just something you're gonna have to deal with, right? So if you're running full coverage and only against 4 receivers, well, in that case, you know, you've done a little bit better to improve your chances in terms of the coverage here. But as you saw in the first time, you know, even with the blocked running back, your guy can come through. You know, just like the 3-5 odd crossfire, even if you do everything that you can to slow it down, sometimes guys will just still come through. Okay. So, yeah, definitely let me know what you guys think about that. I think it'll definitely shake things up in terms of adding another option, what you can do, you know, playing the club championship stuff, you know, in the elimination stage, in the group stage, and in the qualifiers, it really was all 3-5 odd. with the occasional this disengage blitz setup sprinkled in there. But I think this gives you another little option here. Okay, it kind of brings me to, I think there's a lot that you can do, not even talking about offensively. Defensively, I think there's a lot you can do to generate pressure in this game, and I think the 3-3-5 odd stuff was found so quickly, and it doesn't seem like it's going to get patched. It kind of it kind of ruined everything in terms of like, okay, that's the only thing you're going to see. And when you see some of these live events and when you see the games going forward, it's really going to be all that crossfire stuff. And though I like this a lot, is it better than the crossfire in terms of getting pressure? Probably not. But then again, you're also sending a lot fewer players here. So what I'll usually do is, I'll slant all these guys and then I'll spy the one technique. And so instead of sending 5, I'm only sending 3. So I have 2 extra guys in coverage. But it doesn't come in as quickly. Okay, so it's some trade-offs there, but it's something to consider. Okay, if you're tired of running that defense, if you're tired running the single high cover 3 shell, you want to switch it up, but you want to still get pressure. I think this is definitely something nice. Okay, I used it the whole time in terms of qualifying. Most of it I was using it in 4-3 normal. Now I'm using it in the over G. It really helped me win a lot of games. And it allowed me to stay multiple in terms of my coverages. Okay, I can quickly audible to cover 2, and I still got the same pressure. Okay, or if I want to go to cover 3 or so on. And then I actually sprinkled in some nice 4 and 5 man pressure around this kind of idea. And that, in the coming videos, I'll start bringing that out here. But this is my base setup, really, in terms of my defensive line. And then over the coming videos, I'll show you how we can expand on that and make that a little bit better and really make this kind of more cohesive defense where we can start to bring pressure from different spaces. Okay, but that's that. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you're in the club championship. Okay, did you get by your semifinals and your finals, or did you have some heartbreaking losses, or do you not care about this stuff at all? Okay, let me know in the comments. I definitely want to read those all, and I'll see you in the next one.